Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to discuss about prompt management and we'll see how this works. So currently, if you've already made some kind of agent, you must have already writing the prompt in this kind of manner, where we write our prompt into a single variable as a string, or we maintain a file, .md file probably, and use that to pass that to LLM to get our work done. Now, if you're working on a development environment or if you have few thousand users, you can keep doing this. But if you have 10,000 plus users or you are working on an enterprise applications, then this hard coding prompt is not an answer. You shouldn't do this. And that is where the server prompts or prompt management comes into the picture. So what is a server prompt? So this is a very simplest way to answer. So we have a hard coded string of the prompts where these are the instructions given to LM. Instead of passing as a hardcode string, we generate an ID. So here, image generation advanced is a unique ID that I have given. So every time agents need a prompt, it can fetch that directly from the server. And this way, all our prompts are not hard coded on the agent or client side application. Instead, all the prompts are on the server end and it is fetched when needed. Along with that, we can also pass the parameters because prompts do require inputs from the user or context or instructions about the output structure. So these kinds of dynamic information, we can also pass this to the server and server will inject those information into the prompt and then send that collectively to the LLM. So there is no one way to do this. Many cloud providers provide these kinds of interfaces. So this is an example. So travel agent is a kind of prompt. It is a prompt ID. And you can see there is a version 5. That means I have tested 5 times and version 5 is the latest version of this prompt. Here I can write and do a dry run, test it on the web server before deploying into the agent. In the prompt, I can also pass the parameters dynamically and we can see the output on the right side. So after we done testing and are satisfied with the answer, we can deploy this prompt on the server and we can fetch the latest version 5 on our client-side application. That means all the prompts are being managed on the server end instead of client or agents and are tracked by the simply agent ID and the version number of that prompt. So what are the benefits of using server prompt on the client side especially? So first is intellectual property protection. That means if you have some kind of prompt strategy that is making your AI application better than your competitors, then you want to protect your prompt strategies. You cannot inject those prompts on the client side because it is easily copyable. Hence, all the prompts will be stored on the server. Security. So here all the prompts are being stored on the server. Hence, there is no way to access your prompt. And the client side only knows about the context or the user input. Only that information is being sent from the client side to the server. And at the server, those all informations are combined and then sent to the LLM. So if anyone is snooping around your application, they can only find a prompt ID instead of actual prompt. Hence, it protects your prompt from any kind of prompt injection. Variable input. So prompts are not static. They also require the context and the user input from the client side, that is from the user or from retrieval augmentation generation. We need dynamic input in the prompt all the time. So for that purpose, these prompt templates also have some kind of variable. Here you can see this is a city name and here you can pass the variable. So when we send some information from the client to the prompt, all these variables get replaced in the prompt and then sent to the LLM. So this is another template of the prompt. Here I am defining that model should be used Gemini 2.5 flash image. So from the front end, I cannot change this model. This is totally controlled from the server end. I can define what are the input parameters can be sent to the prompt. So style reference, and image base 64. That is, I can actually attach the image also in this prompt. And then these variables are getting replaced into the prompt string. In these kind of prompt, you can also add conditional logic or loop. Here you can see that there is a if condition. That means if style reference variable is empty, then this whole paragraph will be skipped into the final prompt. But if style reference is not empty, then this whole sentence will be added to the prompt and then sent to the LLM. Fourth point is A/B testing. So if you have worked some kind of configuration in A/B testing previously before, about color themes or some kind of base URL, then A/B testing is also required when we change our prompt. Because many times we want to test our prompts before is publishing it to the all users. We want to test our prompt for the first 20% or 50% of the user. And if we get a success rate, we can publish to the all 100% user. And if it's a failure, we can simply roll back to the previous prompt version. Suppose our version 5 was not successful, we can easily revert back to the version 4, which was previously working. And the fifth benefit is single source of truth. That means all the prompts are being stored at a single place on the server. And all these prompts are being referenced with the help of ID only. So even if I change some prompt on the server end, your client or your agent is unaffected. You don't have to rewrite any code, or you don't have to redeploy your agent or application to deliver it to your users. So there are many cloud providers provide these kinds of services to manage the prompts. So Amazon Bedrock, Vertex AI from the Google, LangChain, Azure AI Foundry, and even Firebase AI Logic. Firebase AI Logic is the part of Google Cloud only. And in this tutorial, we are going to see how to implement a Firebase AI Logic server as a prompt onto the client-side application in Flutter. So conceptually, all these prompt management works in a similar manner on these cloud providers. Only few implementation changed. Now let's see how to implement this in our front-end application. So I have already set up this application with the Firebase and Firebase AI Logic. If you want to know how to set up this, I have already created a video how to set up an Firebase AI Logic in your front-end application. You can watch this video. So in this application, what I'm going to do, I have added an image in the application and I'm going to convert this into an anime image according to the user input. So let's see the project structure. So in the Android folder, I have added the Google Services JSON. And in the lib folder of the Flutter app, I have added the Firebase option to set up the Firebase here. And in the asset folder, there is a static image that I am going to use to send it to the LM along with the instruction to modify this image. So this is a text field where user can enter the prompt, which is optional, and the elevated button to send to the LLM. In the generate anime function, I have converted this image into the base 64 because in LLM we want to send an image and base 64 only. Then we have Firebase AI, Google AI, and we will use template generative model. So we are telling the model class that instead of using a prompt as a string, you have to use this function to use prompt as an ID. So this is the ID I have created in the backend of the Firebase. I will show that to you also. And as an input, I am sending as a parameter. So this is a stylus string that is the input provided by the user in the text field. Then this is a style. This is a static thing that I have passed. I can also pass sketch. These are the fixed value that I have set in the prompt. And in image base 64, I am passing the image as a base 64. Now let's see the prompt. So go to the Firebase AI Logic and here select the prompt template option. Here click on create new and here you can select a blank template or some existing template. Now here I am going to use image generation advanced prompt. So in the first configuration, I am setting the model, that is Gemini 2.5 flash image is being used to generate an image. Sample count, maximum one image only, aspect ratio of 16:9 for a YouTube thumbnail kind of. Percent generation is allowed, yes. Include RA reason, that means responsible AI. So we cannot include any blood or violence in the image, those kinds of things. Then I have defined the input schema, that is only these three variables are acceptable in this prompt. So first is style, which is an enum style. That means only these three values are acceptable. Then the second variable is the string, and this tells the style of an image from a popular TV show or a movie. Whatever you pass, like anime, Matrix, God of War, Lord of the Rings, those kinds of reference you can pass in here. Here, this operators mean this is nullable. That means user has option to not pass anything, and this will be neglected. And then there is a parameter for image base 64. So this is a string data type and the base 64 encoded image data to edit. This is the image where we want to perform the edit operation. And here we have performed the default value for the style. That means in case no value has been passed, style will be set as the sketch from the values. Now this is the actual prompt. So this prompt can be as lengthy as you want. act as a sketch artist and create an image of style. So here style is only 3 values: photo, sketch, and painting. Since here I am sending sketch, so sketch will be passed in this prompt. This is saying you must include this tag to send the image to the models. And here we have attached a media file as a base64. Media type is JPG and data is image base64 in the base64 format. Now this line means that this is a command. This is not an actual prompt. Hence this line will be excluded from the actual prompt. Only this line will be included. So this is for the developer purpose only. And next is the conditional operator. That is the if condition. So if style reference is null or not, that means if style reference is passed, this whole value will be included in the prompt. So in our application, in this style reference, I am passing a value. Suppose Dragon Ball Z. So all our values are set and our prompt ID is also set. Now let's click on the change to anime and let's see the response. So we will get the response in the inline data part. I'm extracting this and set to the UI. And there you go. Our image has been generated. You can see the person is actually the same with the beard and everything, but the animation style is changed into the sketch and the user input that I have provided, which is Dragon Ball Z. Now, if I change anything in this prompt section, make it an entirely different kind of sketch artist, then I don't need to change anything in the code basis, nor I have to deploy this app again on the App Store. Everything is dynamic. Now, if we want to do a A/B testing, how we can do that with this server prompt? So here I'm using remote config from the Firebase. You can use any remote config, it doesn't matter because we need only the prompt ID here. So in the remote config, I am setting a prompt ID sketch prompt. And here in the parameter, I am going to set this image generation advanced prompt and click on save. Now in the coding side, all I have to implement this a remote config SDK with the help of sketch prompt. So whenever I change any value from image generation advanced to image generation, let's say simple, and save it, no code change is required on the application. Whenever user restart the application, the remote config of sketch prompt will be fetched with the latest value. So currently Firebase AI Logic does not have any feature regarding the versioning. That means we can change the version to version 1, 2, 3, 4. Since prompt template is news, I am hoping that Firebase team will add the versioning also very soon. So we can maintain the history and roll back changes whenever we want. So that's all guys. Comment below how you like this video. Subscribe for more AI videos. Till then, keep learning. Bye.